Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Just Open It, the YouTube series in which I open recently acquired toys. My name is Russ. Thank you very much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. If you're a fellow toy collector or a fan of pop culture in general, please subscribe to my channel, Karaoke Fanboy TV. Every week I do open a recently acquired action figure or collectible, and today I am opening from 1988, Galoob's Star Trek The Next Generation, Lieutenant Tasha Yar. Taking a little break from my recent run of He-Man and Turtles of Grayskull figures to go a little bit back in the past. Well, back to the future, I guess, considering these characters are from the 24th century. But I'm a bit of a trekker. I do love Star Trek The Next Generation specifically. And I had Worf and Riker for the longest time in this series. I don't remember how I came by them, but I did have them as a kid. Not the rest of the line. Lost Riker over the years, reclaimed Worf, or maybe just still had the same Worf. I think I just had Worf, lost Riker. I've recently purchased a few of these figures at secondhand stores because now I'm determined, because there's only like 7 of them, to get them all. And I just dig them at this scale. If you're familiar, of course, Playmates, the company best known for bringing us Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and some other pretty legendary action figure lines, they took over the Star Trek license and produced probably hundreds of Star Trek figures from the original series, Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, Voyager. I'm sure they did Enterprise as well. Into the movies, traditionally at a particularly very specific scale, but you know, they've kind of varied. And they've even done some re-releases over the last year of Picard, Riker, and Data. I think Kirk, Spock, and Khan, maybe, or McCoy. I think it was 3 original, 3 next gen, so kind of probably testing the waters as far as what the market's like at retail for characters that are indicative or evocative of that classic line now. But there's just something really special about these Galoob characters. I think maybe the fact that they're at that Star Wars superpowers kind of scale, they could stand alongside those figures and kind of hold their own. The simplicity of the packaging is super charming, and how few options there are in the line, that there really was only one wave at this scale by Galoob, I presume. A failing toy company, maybe at this time, or soon to fail. I'm not sure exactly what the history here is, to be honest with you. Did anybody cash in on their mission points? I'm not sure what the prize would have been. It doesn't even explain what you might get if you acquired all 7, let's say 8, 9, if all of the products on the back of this card were collected. Original price point at a Lionel Toys was $2.97, and secondhand recently I paid $8 at Bookman's, a very excellent book and media exchange store based here in Phoenix and Tucson. So yeah, I just want to collect all of these figures, and I found Tasha, bought her, $8, seemed very reasonable, and it won't take me long to just open her and see what the character's like. So let's do that. Tasha is probably one of the first fictional characters that I mourned the death of as a kid. Jason Todd in the Batman comics as Robin was certainly one of them. I'd say probably Mr. Hooper from Sesame Street, Jason Todd, and Tasha are kind of my doomed trinity of characters that really struck me as a kid and kind of taught me what like death was like, beyond, of course, the reality of whatever might have been happening in my own family at that time. But here we go. Simple extraction, like an away team mission requiring an immediate rescue. Extraction was no problem here. So very cool here. Taking her out. One of the weird things about these characters is that the phaser is built into one of their hands. It's not removable. It's not an accessory. It's part of the mold. And so although these characters were meant to be kind of just explorers, the fact that they have weapons at the ready at all times, I don't know, maybe kind of speaks to some of the weird, I don't want to say hypocrisies, but just details that Star Trek kind of has to assert to be an entertaining, I should say, series. Because otherwise, if it was just truly, let's go explore the universe, without conflict or consequence. We're going to get along with everybody. Well, then, yeah, it is just educational. It's not so much entertaining. It's more presumptive of what the future is like versus telling a tale of adventure with exploration. So I get the necessity of this kind of thing, and it's just kind of funny that, like, if you were playing with these figures at this time, considering only one of these characters is the bad guy, quote unquote, the Ferengi there, you can even tell by the detail they use. Everybody else has like kind of this collector's card style headshot. The Ferengi's a screen cap from an episode, and that's the bad guy. So everybody's got their guns drawn here, so to speak, for the one bad guy they might encounter. But yeah, you know, simple here. Leg, knee, joints, head turns and everything. You do have the tricorder that all of these characters came with. Simple accessory, but, you know, again, just kind of a Star Trek necessity. You sling that over the shoulder and kind of put that arm down for her to hold it in place. And there she is, Tasha Yar, alive and well on my action figure shelves in this way. And I'm happy to have her, quite frankly. I believe I do have the Playmates Tasha Yar too. And I don't know if that was meant to be her original incarnation or that from, no, not yesterday's Enterprise, because I think she had a different uniform in that. So I'm getting a little into the weeds here with the geekiness, but this is the OG, Season 1, Star Trek The Next Generation, Tasha Yar, alive in our hearts, and I keep saying that because she did die in an episode, if you don't know. I believe it was the Season 1 finale, or pretty close to it, where they killed her off, and it kind of set this precedent where, oh, is this a series with stakes, where we might see significant changes like that? And such a move created a sense of drama and weight when, in the Season 3 episode, Best of Both Worlds, we see Picard abducted and assimilated by the Borg. We know Tasha Yar had died, so there was a possibility that that could have been a permanent move. And Picard, the captain himself, would have been removed from the cast, basically, with promotions, I presume, in order. But, of course, we all know how that turned out. In this case, though, it was a pretty permanent decision. Tasha came back in alternate timelines and in kind of soap opera-esque alternate versions. You know, she had a kind of a wayward daughter with a Romulan or something like that. I don't want to get too specific for those that are just watching this for fun, but yeah, this is a character that is very intriguing in the Star Trek universe, and I encourage you to look her up and check her out. In fact, the actress Denise Crosby is still on the Comic-Con tour. She still pops up at Comic-Cons all the time. Very generous, from what I understand, with her time. Very nice with fans. Signs things and so on, answers questions. So this is a beloved character, and I'm happy to have her on my shelf. Very simple figure, but cool in its presentation. And I'm excited to have all of the team, all of the crew on my shelf in this Galoob series from Star Trek The Next Generation. So thank you very much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. I am on the road to episode 100 in this series. So I've opened probably over 95 toys. This is episode 95, but I've opened, I think, over 95 toys, because in some episodes I'm opening 2 things or what have you. But I'm nearing 100 videos in this Just Open It series. And to commemorate that, I'm not sure what the legal logistics are or anything like that, the legalities of doing such a thing on YouTube. So I'm just presenting this as something I'd really like to do for folks that engage with these videos often. I'm going to have a raffle. And if you comment on any of these videos between episodes 95 and 99, before I post 100, and I try to shoot for weekly, but you may have noticed that I take some little hiatuses, little breaks and things. Sometimes I post once a week, and sometimes I post a few times a week too. So there isn't a great consistency in my schedule here. I am just doing this for fun. But if you comment on this video, 95, and then 96, 97, 98, 99, in the real time that I post those videos before I post issue 100, in issue 100, I will raffle off this toy that I'm about to show you to one of those commenters. So I picked this up with every intention to open it. I have not opened it yet. And since I haven't picked up any other figures in this series, I won't. But this is Hasbro's recreation of the Spider-Man the Animated Series, original Spider-Man. I'm going to raffle this off and send this in appreciation to anybody that comments on one of my videos between now and when episode 100 posts. So if you're into that kind of thing, if you would like to engage with my videos and possibly win this, be in the running to win this, just say hey in the comments. You know, I'd appreciate a subscribe too, a push notification, whatever, but the engagement's really awesome. People have said some really nice things in the comments about just watching me open these toys. So with that, it's on. If you're interested in that toy in any capacity, please feel free to leave a comment. Otherwise, just do so as well for fun. A like, a follow would be very much appreciated. Follow me on Instagram as well at Amazing AZ Comics, where I do post about the comics and toys that I love, but I also post about the comics and zines that I make. I'm a self-publishing cartoonist in Phoenix, Arizona. I've created my own unique roster of characters, in some cases inspired by some of the characters I saw as a kid in Star Trek The Next Generation, kind of the diversity of the cast there. I've created my own characters. I put them into a mini comic book series. I post about it, again, on Instagram at Amazing AZ Comics. I'd love to see you following me there as well. So, tune in next time when I grab another unopened toy here from the stack in my living room and I say, you know what? Just open it. I'll catch you next time.